Good morning, everyone. This is Shirley from Shirley's World, and I am going to put this in the holder here. And I will have a little conversation because I haven't finished my morning coffee yet. It's a little colder out today. It's still really nice and sunny and beautiful. So I thought I would just have my rest of my breakfast coffee here and talk to you. How's everybody doing? Thanks for coming and visiting me with my morning chats. Hi, BGD. Haven't seen you in a while live. I know you listen to my replays. I see. Thanks for the hearts. Yeah, I'm trying to do these every morning now. I know you do. Since I was off over a week before when I was sick. Now I'm good again, and you work all the time. It's wonderful to be retired, let me tell you. It's something to really look forward to. So, there you go. What did I have for breakfast? I had waffles and coffee. And I found a wonderful way to have my waffles. You know, I got this applesauce from Aldi's. It's applesauce and pear. It is delicious. So what I do is I have two waffles, little Eggos. You know, I love my Eggos. And on the bottom waffle, I put butter on both of them. And then I put a little bit of maple syrup on the bottom one. On the top one, I spread with this applesauce, the pear and applesauce. It was delicious. That's my new favorite thing now. That's how I'm going to do my waffles from now on. I have to go to Aldi's a little bit later because I need a few things. I had to have milk the other day, and I didn't want to run all the way over to Aldi's because it's further than town. So I ran in Walmart and got their brand of lactose-free milk. So I cheated on Aldi a little bit. So I also got, that's where I get my cat food because Aldi's doesn't have the kind I use. Although I did try a can of their cat food and the cats seem to like it. These are the barn cats, so I don't think they're too picky. And it's much cheaper, so I'll probably get some of Aldi's cat food when I go up there too. I forget what else is on the, fruit. I have no fruit in the house. No blueberries. Walmart didn't have any blueberries. And they're much more expensive than Aldi anyway, so I have to get blueberries and maybe some strawberries. I don't need much, just a few things. So maybe I'll run in Goodwill. It's right next door. Last night I went to a function with my daughter. I was the photographer's helper. And she has to set up the lighting and everything. She was doing headshots. It was a realtor's seminar thing. So she was doing headshots for whoever wanted them. And when she sets up the light and gets the lighting right, I'm the one that stands there. So the lighting was perfect right away. So I got myself 2 headshots that came out really good. So you may see them on my blog sooner or later. Because I was dressed up. I very seldom get dressed up in anything other than you know, clothes here, my uniform around the house. This is my winter stuff. I wear a turtleneck and a fleece top, usually, or a sweatshirt, and running pants or sweats. So, and then the barn are my regular jeans and whatever I wear at the barn. But I very seldom get dressed up. I have church clothes, and that's about it. One outfit. I can change out a little bit with different tops, but anyway, that's I got dressed up sort of for this function, and we spent the whole evening together. It was a very nice evening, And I got some pictures of myself. I wanted to give you some more tips. I've been thinking about household tips that I use around the house here a lot. And so I thought I'd tell you a few. You may know these already. They're no big secret, but maybe there's some of you out there that haven't ever heard of these, how to do these things. So wrapping gifts. Now, gift giving season is coming. I wrap my gifts either on the dining room table where I can spread out, or up on one of the beds upstairs. That's where I wrap gifts. And usually the Christmas gifts are all wrapped upstairs because that's where they stay then till gift giving time. Christmas Eve is our gift giving time. So the thing that drives me nuts about wrapping gifts, and I like to wrap gifts, is I have all these, the paper spread out and all this stuff, the gifts on the bed, and I am always losing the scissors and the Scotch tape. Always. I spend most of my time looking for the scissors and the Scotch tape. It's under stuff and I've set it down someplace. So here's what I've done to make my life easier. I put a string on the scissors and put it around my neck. So I have scissors hanging here around my neck, with a long enough string that you can do things with. So that's where they are. They don't move from my neck. The other thing is that wonderful invention that Scotch tape made with that wristband, and you can pull out just pieces of Scotch tape this big, perfect for gift wrapping. It's always on your wrist, and you have to get these before Christmas time because they're all sold out always. So now's the time to pick some up if you want to get some. They are a godsend for me for Christmas, or for any wrapping really. And I keep my scissors and this Scotch tape in a special drawer upstairs, so I know so I don't lose them in between gift giving times. So that's my gift wrapping hint. The trouble with having grandkids or any kids is none of the toys are a shape that's easy to wrap. They're all different, wrapped in that really hard to get off, hard plastic stuff, and they're very hard to wrap, so you just have to do the best you can. But anyway, that's how to not lose your scissors or your Scotch tape. Let's see, poster sticker stuff. That stuff that's like clay, you can buy it. It's in a package. It usually comes in like 2 or 4 strips, and it's pliable. I use that stuff for everything. I use it for, if a picture's hanging crooked and it just won't, you can't straighten it up, because the hanger in the back, they put on a little off center, so the picture is always sort of cattywampus. So you just put a little tiny piece of this poster sticker stuff on the bottom of the frame inside by the wall, and you push it against the wall, and that keeps it right where you want it. It keeps it level. And this stuff does not leave marks on your wall. It's easy to get off, but it sticks really well. I've done the same thing I have a ledge in my kitchen where the wainscoting comes up, and there's a little ledge there, so I can set things. I have a dish with a big chicken on it sitting on that ledge. Well, that could very well get bumped off just by somebody bumping the wall. So I put a little piece of that sticker stuff, that poster, I don't know what it's called. that pliable, it's like clay. And you put it on the ledge, and then you put your plate down into it. And you can even put it on the back top of the plate and push it against the wall. So it's on there really secure. I'll take you out there and show you the dish I'm talking about in a minute. So that's a good hint, the poster tape. As long as we're talking about pictures, do you have trouble in the picture frames that have one sawtooth hanger thing on the back? That's usually not a problem. You can pound a nail in wherever you want it and just hang it, adjust it to the little sawtooth where it hangs straight. But the problem comes when you get a picture frame that it's hung by two nails. So there's a sawtooth thing on each end of the picture. Now, to get those two nails in the wall level is a real easy way to do it. You take a piece of painter's tape and you stretch the painter's tape on the back of the picture to measure between exactly where you want on the two sawtooth things. You put it on the back of the picture and then you cut it exactly the length you want it. Now, that's what you put on the wall, and you get it level. You can put a dot exactly where you're going to put the nail. And you put that on the wall, and you level it up with a level, and then you put your nail, you pound the nail right through the tape at the dot that you put on there. And then you hang your picture, and it works every time. So I'll have to tell my daughter about that because she has a terrible time hanging pictures straight. Let's see what else. A cooking tip. I'll give you a cooking tip, or baking, or whatever. Whenever you need sour cream, and of course a recipe calls for sour cream, and that's the time you don't have any. But if you have cottage cheese, you can use cottage cheese in place of sour cream. And if you want it smooth, you just put it in the blender and or blend it up however you blend things, and to a smooth consistency. It's the same thing. Same thing. You can use it in place of, measures the same, you can use it in place of sour cream. So that's a good cooking tip. So those are my, let's see, I had four tips for this morning. And my hat is, for my grandchild, is done. She's 7 inches from the top of her head to her ear, bottom of her ear. She wants her ears covered. So it's 7 inches. She wrote me last night, Mom wrote me last night, she's 7 inches. So I measured the hat, and it's 7. It's it's a perfect time to stop. So I just have to put an edge around it, tie it off, and then I have to find a pattern for some little flowers to put on the one side. Some crocheted pretty little flowers, which I'm going to do in a real light pale pink. Maybe two shades of pink. The hat is, I showed it yesterday, the hat is a charcoal gray. She's 8 years old. So that's today. I don't have anything planned except to go to Aldi's, maybe Goodwill, and then I can spend the rest of the day finishing this hat or finding a pattern for the flowers. So what's everybody doing today? Who's here besides BGG? I'd love to talk to you if you're here. So I just don't ramble on. I ramble and ramble. So I know, hi Sue. because I know you'll be listening on the replay. Yeah. Do you know what date you're coming yet? You're coming to visit. My sister's coming to visit again. So before the cold weather, or before the snow, really. The cold doesn't matter. The snow, we don't drive in the snow much. You know, I don't like to drive on the highway. Also, I had a terrible time driving home from that function last night because it was like 9 o'clock at night, of course, dark. I don't see well in the dark anymore. I shouldn't drive at night. I'm getting, starbursts off of the headlights. Probably getting some little cataracts. I don't know. I have to get my eyes checked. But anyway, I had a terrible time finding my way onto the highway. Once I got off of the exit to the one highway on the wrong road, and I got all twisted around, had to get back on the first highway and try it again, and then I made it. So that really showed me I shouldn't be driving at night. So I try to get everything done, and I'm in the house by dark. Not that I do that much. My dog helper called yesterday when I was out, and she said she could come today and help me wash the dogs. That's something we may do. If she's still available, I'm going to give her a call now and see if she can still come over, and we'll give the dogs a bath. They need a bath. All right, I'm going to close for now, and I'll try to be on later because I'll be home most of the day. And thanks for visiting. Bye.